welcome to this fall sports edition of Patriot League Roundup. I'm Melanie Pellowski. It was a busy opening weekend for most schools as non-conference play began in men's and women's soccer, field hockey, and women's volleyball. Loyola, Maryland opened its era in the Patriot League on Friday with a draw against St. Joe's. Connor Thompson scored in the 59th minute to tie the game, and the game remained 1-1 after 2 overtimes. Army opened its season with a pair of shutouts, including a 2-0 win over Manhattan on Sunday. Jason Lewis opened the scoring off a corner in the 22nd minute for the eventual game winner. Bucknell got off to a hot start behind a pair of goals from sophomore Chris Thorsheim, who made it 1-0 with a drive from 30 yards out and increased it to 2-0 on a breakaway in the 34th minute. CANISIUS tied it up in the second half and found the game winner in double overtime. Army's 2-0 start has the Black Knights atop the standings, while the defending champs sit in second at 1-0-1. American was the only other league school to pick up a win in men's soccer. Bucknell was the first school to play on the Patriot League Network, and the Bison made the most of it, blanking Ryder 3-0 on August 23rd. Chelsea Garkowski scored a pair of goals, and Courtney Nelson headed in a rebound for her first goal of the season. Boston University opened its season later that night, banking Dayton 1-0 thanks to Jenna Fisher's goal in the 29th minute, scored off a cross by Taylor Krebs. After a loss to Boston College and a scoreless draw with South Carolina, Boston bounced back with a 2-0 win against Northwestern. Madison Clemens scored in the 17th minute, and Anna Kufia added an insurance goal in the 70th minute. The defending champion Colgate Raiders picked up 3 straight wins to start the season, including a 3-0 win against Siena on Thursday. Sarah Coy, Sydney Parody, and Taryn Tomchek each scored goals in the shutout. Tomchek also had an assist. Loyola opened its season on August 23rd with a road win at Towson as Charlotte Miller and Caitlin McFadden scored a pair of goals in a span of 6 minutes late in the second half to make it 2-0. The Greyhounds held on for the 2-1 win. The Lafayette Leopards started 2-0 to situate themselves atop the standings after 2 weeks of play, and the Colgate Raiders and Boston Terriers sit not too far behind. Bucknell, Navy, Army, and Loyola all follow with 500 records. Number 16, Boston University opened its 2013 campaign with a 5-1 win over Ohio on Saturday. Amanda Casera picked up the hat trick, scoring a pair of goals in the first half to forge a 3-0 lead and adding her third in the final minutes to seal the win. Boston added a 2-1 overtime win over Delaware on Monday to improve to 2-0 in the field hockey standings. Holy Cross and American also picked up wins in the first week of action. Colgate is 3-0 after winning a trio of home matches to start the season. The defending Patriot League champs shut out Central Connecticut and St. John's, and in the weekend's finale, the Raiders beat Binghamton 3-1. Diane Seeley led the Raiders with 30 kills and 14 blocks in the 3 matches. American also started 3-0 with shutout wins over Howard, Georgetown, and George Mason. The Eagles were led by Monika Smidova, who had 17 kills, 92 assists, and 19 digs in the 3 matches. Colgate and American both sit alone at 3-0, while a trio of teams, Bucknell, Lafayette, and Lehigh, opened up their seasons at 2-1. The Patriot League Network has 14 live events lined up for you this week, and you can watch them all for free by logging on to patriotleague.tv. And for a recap of this week's action, join us on next week's edition of Patriot League Roundup. For the Patriot League Network, I'm Melanie Pellowski.